Hello, welcome to Today in History. My name is Sotomie Ashiesima. Let's get cracking. So, or should I say let's get rolling? Maybe that should be my next phrase, my next whatever. Don't know what it's called. Anyway, let's get rolling, I guess. We'll roll back the line now to 1944. And on this day, the Second Atlantic Charter took place, the meeting between these two world leaders at the time, Winston Churchill and Franklin Delano Roosevelt. They met in Canada at a conference called the Second Quebec Conference, codenamed OCTAGON. It was a high-level military conference held during World War II by the British and American governments. Canada's Prime Minister, William Lynn Mackenzie King, was the host. So these are the two world leaders in 1944 on this day in Quebec for the Quebec Conference concerning issues to do with the Second World War. Okay, 1959 on this day, musician Duke Ellington won the Springarn Medal for his musical achievements. Ellington wrote more than 1,000 compositions. Wow, that's something. More than 1,000 compositions. His extensive body of work is the largest recorded personal jazz legacy. Edward Kennedy Ellington, so full name, was born on the 29th of April 1899 and died on the 24th of May. So just about a month after his birthday, he died. He was an American composer, pianist, and leader of a jazz orchestra, which he led from 1923 until his death, over a career spanning more than 6 decades. He was born in Washington, D.C., but based in New York City from the mid-1920s onwards. So that's the Duke, who won the Springarn Medal for his musical achievements on this day in 1959. He was born April 29th, 1899 and died 24th May 1974. Let's move on to the year 1970, and this beautiful actress, Taraji P. Henson, an American actress, was born on this day. Her movies, Baby Boy, which premiered in 2001, Hustle and Flow 2005, for which she won the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture nomination. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, she got an Academy Award for that, SAG Award, and Critics' Choice Award nominations for Best Supporting Actress. In 2010, she appeared in the action comedy Date Night and co-starred in the remake of The Karate Kid. So that's Taraji P. Henson. Happy birthday. She would be 50 today. So happy birthday, Taraji Henson. Born on this day in 1970. 1973, General Augusto Pinochet. On this day, he led a coup d'etat, overthrowing the government of President Salvador Allende of Chile. So that is Augusto Pinochet, who led a coup d'etat on this day in 1973. 1977, so just 4 years later, on this day, American rapper Ludacris was born. Full name, real name, Christopher Brian Bridges, better known by his stage name, Ludacris. He's an American rapper and actor. After forming his own label, Disturbing the Peace, in the late 1990s, Ludacris later signed with Def Jam South and would go on to become one of the first, in quotes, Dirty South rappers to achieve mainstream success with his subsequent releases. For his music, Ludacris has won an MTV Video Music Award, and 3 Grammy Awards. Wow, that's a big achievement. So Ludacris also celebrates his birthday on this day, September 11th. So Ludacris would be 43 years old today. Happy birthday, Ludacris. Christopher Brian Bridges, 43 today. Happy birthday. Well, 2001, on this day, I think billions of people around the world know exactly what happened on this day. Infamous 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center. So this happened on this day. Terrorists attacked the 2 tallest buildings in New York, 2 of the tallest buildings in the world on this day. Most people know where they were on this day when this attack happened. I was at the job interview. And interestingly, when the attacks in Manchester happened, that was my first day of work, my new job. So that happened on the 22nd of May, 2017, which happened to be my first day at work. So anyway, there's coincidences in life. So I remember watching this when I came back from my job interview. And I even remember turning down the job because I had 2 options and I went for the better option. So turned on my TV after coming back home from my interview and saw these tiles collapsing. I thought, oh, I think I'm watching a movie here. This doesn't look real. And then I saw the BBC, I think it was, on my screen. So I said, well, BBC cannot be reporting on a movie. Very, very unlikely. And it went on and on and on for hours. I'm like, wow, this is actually happening. This is live. And the people in these buildings, people even jumped out of these skyscrapers. Obviously they didn't survive. The worst terrorist attack in world history, actually, not just in American history, but in the world. The Pentagon as well was attacked. So that's what a lot of people tend to forget, that the Pentagon was attacked by terrorists. And 19 militants associated with the terrorist group Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 planes in the United States on this day, and 3 of those were crashed into buildings. The 4th crashed in Pennsylvania, and more than 3,000 people lost their lives on this day. So it was a sad day, very sad day for the world. Lots of nations were represented amongst the people who died. So it wasn't just Americans. It wasn't like an attack on just Americans. It was an attack on the free world, an attack on democracy, an attack on the ideals, that most of the world has worked hard to preserve, the freedom of speech, freedom to go about your business without being harassed. These terrorists took that away for a lot of people, so sadly, that's what happened on this day in 2001. For those of you who are not born, the world changed irretrievably, Not to dwell on this, let's move on to the year 2008. So exactly 7 years later, there was another fire, a huge fire. It wasn't by terrorists this time. Must have been accidental. The Eurotunnel, pictured here, or the Chunnel. So it's called the Chunnel Tunnel, Eurotunnel, or the Chunnel. A major fire erupted, so this tunnel runs under the English Channel and connects England with France, for those of you who don't know. So it goes under the water, and it didn't resume full service until early the following year. So this is a picture of the destruction, the fire at the Channel Tunnel, or the Chunnel. Happened on this day in 2008. So on that note, we shall end Today in History. My name again is Sotonie Afiesima. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Consider subscribing as well so that you receive updates of my video uploads. Again, like I usually say, stay safe, take care of yourself, and I shall see you tomorrow, September 12th, for another edition of Today in History. Bye-bye.